Greetings, dear viewer. At a local park, I rode my bike over here, and on the way, I saw two bald eagles flying together. I got them, but they're far away for a phone video. The other bonus thing that I found is a tool on the side of the road. I found this rusted Allen wrench. Needs some work, but it's nice to have extra Allen wrenches. The thing about tools on the side of the road, they're usually very useful tools because they put it on the back of their truck or whatever and it fell off, and the reason that they were there is because they were being used for something. I have found other tools on the side of the road that have been useful. Like I found some 11mm sockets, which it's kind of a thing that people are always losing their 11mm sockets. It's February 1st. All right. Let's look at some rocks. Well, there's some ground pine and ground cedar. One fun fact about ground cedar is that the spores are flammable. What they used to be used for is they would put them in some kind of thing so that they would be a flash for very early photography. In the early 1900s, they would use the spores of this plant for flashes. All right. I don't usually look at rocks, but people are sparking my interest. This is probably one of the most common types I see around here. This kind of amber quartz. Some dark something. I need to remember to bring my magnifying glass. No, that's not bad. I'm in Chin Park. This is the name of the park. It's named after someone named Chin. Nearby there's also a Chin library and fitness center as well. Here we have Christmas fern, looking tamped down from the snow cover and rain. This is the one type of fern that I know absolutely. There's a couple others that are common that I have learned a couple times and then forgotten, but I know the Christmas fern, named so because it is green at Christmas time. I'm trying some still shots here. I think I like still shots. I do have to think of things to say probably to make it interesting for me. I love moss. Moss is a whole ecosystem. There's things that live in the moss, and the moss can dry up and be fine, and the things in there can dry up and be fine too. Rotifers are one of the things that are in there. There's some type of lichen here that looks different. It's still a foliose lichen. Some type of mosses live on trees and some live on rocks, and they're not the same. I'm gonna try walking on this log. This might be sketchy. Here we have some kind of pink lichen. Gray rocks and amber rocks. That is my description of the rocks. There's a white rock. That's different from the amber rocks and the gray rocks. Another type of quartz. I mean, I don't know that many types of rocks, but I know quartz is one of them. One time I came across a guy down here who claimed to be for gold. It's like, where there's quartz, there's gold. He was smoking a cigar. I talked to him for a while. Never saw him back. So I'm guessing he didn't find any gold. Oh, this is probably that parchment paper fungus. It's crowded parchment. I'm back on trail. Let's go off trail again. Follow the creek. How does that look? What happened here? We got some figure in the wood. Some waviness here. There was supposed to be some stream restoration work down here because there was some construction of a school nearby, but I haven't seen any evidence that that happened. Is that new growth on the moss? Maybe. The water has washed all the leaves away, which helps the moss. Yeah, definitely get these white pieces, amber pieces, gray pieces, and algae. It's about noon on Saturday. Started watching this one guy drew something. Talking about how YouTube loves AI. It really cracked me up. YouTube has these things where it will show suggestions for what you want to comment on people's videos. I haven't seen, but a lot of the things it was suggesting was just like, I don't know anything about that. I don't know.
don't know what you're talking about.
The reason it cracked me up so much is because usually when you're dealing with the large language models, they never say I don't know. They're just bullshitting, which we call hallucinating. And then here we have AI suggesting to a human what to say, and they want you to say I don't know. I like that. That's a nice color. Okay, how does this look? A shot of the leaves on the forest floor. This is, it's either chestnut oak or maybe swamp white oak. I get those confused. Swamp chestnut oak. I think that's one too. Got wind. Once again, we have different types of lichen. Probably 3 or 4 types. This blue-gray type looked kind of interesting to me. It's more 3-dimensional than some of the other lichen. That just looks like somebody spilled something. Lime green, which I think is like some kind of common lichen. It's like common something lichen. And then over here, it looks similar, but it's this bluish. Here's another fungus. No gills. Kind of polypore. A little blunt edge. Watched an Ave video. The guy does tool reviews. Some kind of, sometimes fabrication stuff. I haven't watched him for years. Unsubscribed because he didn't do so many tool reviews. And he started getting all political. And I didn't want to watch that. It's interesting to think about my actions watching or not watching people from the perspective of someone who is now making videos and thinking about what I would like to do with my channel. If I make a video trying to put a new battery in a phone, should I make a new channel for that? I wasn't thinking so. I was thinking of just posting whatever. But if I was somebody that was watching, then maybe I would get irritated to see that come up on my feed and want something that is more consistent and thematic in a channel. So I got to decide, am I going to just have it only walking through the woods, or maybe I'll have some variety of content. And I was leaning towards a variety of content, a personal channel, but now that I'm thinking about what my actions are when somebody else changed their channel to be from one thing to become another thing, I unsubscribed. Okay, here we have a decent sized beech tree that somebody has vandalized. But they vandalized it so long ago that it's kind of interesting. And they vandalized an exact date. So, the 9th of March, 1975. So, 50 years ago. I should come back here on March 9th. So it could be exactly 50 years ago. So this was big enough to vandalize even 50 years ago. These big grooves, I'm pretty sure is the chestnut oak or the swamp white oak. The one that doesn't have the lobes that are really big. These type of leaves. That type of oak. There's a dead mountain laurel branch. The mountain laurel branches, they don't have the lichen on them. The mountain laurel, it almost looks like the bark looks like there was like an outer bark that was already taken off. We have this type of bark, which is kind of flattened, which I recognize, but I don't know what it is. All right, here we got some honest to goodness boulders, which I haven't really looked closely at before. It looks like they're made out of that same amber quartz material. Yeah, this close look is rewarding. Quite sparkly. See how the amber sort of goes into the white part. There's some kind of seam of something right here. Get a better shot of this. Boulder of quartz, looking sparkly in the light. I have never noticed how pretty this boulder is. Wonder how it got here. Oh, these robins are happy. The lack of snow is good for them. They are hunting for worms. It is warm enough to be worm hunting. Whole bunch of robins scarfing down a worm. I saw it. So I just crawled in a manhole. I lost my, oh my god. So I was sitting here and The earbud fell out of my ear and went right down there. Ugh.